Of the hundreds of varieties of bananas, most have seeds, but a few don't. Banana variety means seeds, but consumers prefer seedless. The seedless bananas reproduce by corms, also called rhizomes. The banana corm is a thick stem of the plant about ground level from which new stalks emerge. The corms can be dug up and cut into sections to propagate new plants. The Gros Michel became the seedless dessert banana of choice. This banana came from China, and French naturalist Nicolas Boudin carried a few corms to Martinique. Then corms were transported to plantations across the Caribbean and Central America. It was big, had a great taste, and could be transported with minimum bruising. This was what American consumers called the banana and ate. What could go wrong? The seedless bananas grown by corms were all clones. That shouldn't be a problem, except that bananas are subject to diseases. When there are hundreds of varieties, it's not a big problem. Most will be resistant. Plant different bananas not subject to the disease. Once a seedless banana got a highly infectious and deadly disease, all those banana clones died once they were exposed to it. It was Panama disease, a soil fungus initially discovered in Java in 1900. There was no cure, and the Gros Michel plants started dying in mass. The solution? Abandon the infected plantation and create more plantations into the American tropics. Of course, Panama disease eventually attacked the new locations as well. Abandon those, chop down more rainforests, and continue the poor treatment of workers. Given all the land that could be used, new plantations were the continuing solution for around half a century. The Gros Michel was effectively gone by the 1960s. The search was on for a replacement, one that was resistant to Panama disease. That would be the Cavendish, another strange name for an oriental herb. The Cavendish was smaller, less tasty, a relatively poor traveler, but resistant to Panama disease. Like the Gros Michel, the Cavendish came from China. A British naturalist brought the banana to Mauritius off the coast of Madagascar in the 1830s. Banana trees were sent from Mauritius to the Duke of Devonshire's English estate called Chatsworth. The Duke's name was William Cavendish. Chatsworth head gardener Joseph Paxton cultivated them in the estate's greenhouse and named the fruit after the Duke. The banana was shipped off to various places around the 1850s. Cavendish mass production started early in the 20th century and slowly expanded as the supply of Gros Michel dwindled. It was standard fruit that first shipped the Cavendish, and it became important by the late 1940s. This banana did not ship well, but could be cut into smaller bunches and shipped in boxes. That changed shipping infrastructure, including using packing houses in the banana fields. The boxed bananas were a convenient size for retail stores. United Fruit, which eventually became Chiquita Brands, did not make the switch until the 1960s. Sales of the Gros Michel stopped by 1965. United did make some reforms, including selling much of their land and using local subcontractors. I must have eaten Gros Michel bananas as a kid, but I have no recollection of the change to the smaller, less tasty replacement. It turned out that the Cavendish was subject to fungal diseases, including a different form of Panama disease. The plants are going through the same process as the Gros Michel. It showed up in Australia in 1997, later in Colombia and beyond. It is in the early stages. The search is on for a solution, including protection from spreading, genetic engineering, and searches for super bananas resistant to disease. Currently, there is no shortage of bananas, and commercial firms are promoting banana sales mainly through advertising. The subject next time on Food History and Mystery.